Alright guys, so it's been a while, but Billy vs. the World is back, and it's in full swing, and today we're going to take a look at some of the nation's strangest sports. Let's take a look.
Toilet paper, because we all make mistakes.
Okay, so in the past few years, a lot of new sports have been introduced to the world, such as disc golf, spike ball, pickleball, and many others. But as for some of the weird ones, here's my top 5. Number 1, Bosa ball. Okay, so when I think about this sport, the only thing I can think of is that people thought volleyball wasn't active enough. I mean, why put a trampoline on a volleyball court? Either way, this sport is so similar to volleyball, I don't see the huge point of having it. And on to another strange one. Number 2, tech ball.
Bogdan Marojevich and Nikola Mitro. That one a little bit later, but it is of course the bronze medal match. The battle for third place here. It's very close indeed. Romania just ahead.
The only way this came to be is through one thing. A bunch of college kids who had nothing to do and decided to kick a soccer ball on a ping pong table. But I mean, it is pretty impressive. They do have to stretch quite a bit to get it across. Either way, I'd say this is a solid sport. Number 3, CPAC tack crawl.
Scotty. Scotty, good feet. Scotty twice blocked. And a little.
So this sport is another one very similar to volleyball. Except for in this version, you must get it over the net without using your hands. Honestly, this seems like a sport that would get more injuries than football. My bad, not a ball. Either way, this is another sport that I personally do not have the physical capabilities to do. So I guess I'll give it a yes since they can do something I can't. Now let's get into some of the strange ones. Number 4, pea shooting. Good luck. Remember when you were little and your parents told you not to play with your food? Well, turns out they made a sport out of it. It's played just like archery, where you're shooting at a target, except you're trying to stick the pea as close to the center as you can. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to think about this one, but maybe it's a sport? I mean, there's a world championships of it, so sure, we'll say yeah. And now, last but not least, Poohsticks. Yes, I mean Winnie the Pooh, Poohsticks.
Ben, you said poo-poo, bud.
The World Poohsticks Championship's been going for 33 years now. This is the 33rd year. It first started off at Days Lock, back down in Little Whittingham, by the local lock keeper, and it grew and grew into a big event, which was then handled by the then Rotary Club of Synodon, and after a period of time it was handed over to the Rotary Club of Oxford Squires. And once the Poohsticks became so big and it just could not be contained in Little Whittingham, we decided to go searching for a new location last year, and Whitney have been fantastic for giving us a brand new home.
Okay, so where's the physical activity in this? You're telling me dropping a stick is a sport? But if enough people show up, why not do it? This has to be the weirdest sport that I've ever heard of. The only way this ever became a thing is because 30 toddlers decided to have a Poohsticks championship. but I guess it's not that bad. At least it's a way to spend your time. So there's my top 5 new weirdest sports. Now let's answer some of the viewer questions.
So Hudson asks, how many Bentleys does it take to change a light bulb?
2. 1 to change the light bulb, and 1 to fight the world.
The Bird Nerd asks, why do people use the saying blind as a bat when bats aren't actually blind?
Well, the truth is, they can't see very well anyway. They actually use sound to find out where they are. It's pretty cool, but no, they can't see as good as you think they can.
And Bentley, how do you know all this?
Miss Frizzle told me, man. Don't you ever watch the Magic School Bus?
And lastly, Matthew asks, how do you know that everything you experience is real and you aren't just a brain hooked up to a computer that simulates real life perfectly?
This is a very simple answer. Ask your buddy to slap you in the face. You'll find out pretty quick whether it's real or not. Here's an example. Ow! See? That was pretty real. Okay guys, so that's all I've got for this week. But always remember to leave your questions at bentleyversustheworld@gmail.com. And if you haven't already heard about it, make sure to check out my Instagram account right over here. And until next week, always remember that broccoli is terrible, Jesus is better, and if you don't play disc golf, then you're obviously doing it wrong.